What if I told you that the conflict in Kashmir did not begin with a war, but with a decision made in panic? That a temporary clause in our constitution shaped decades of bloodshed, and that just when peace seemed within the reach, a horrifying terror attack shattered it all. This is the untold story of Kashmir, from accession to abrogation to terror. The roots of Kashmir conflict goes back to 1947. During the partition, the British India, Maharaja Hari Singh, the ruler of Jammu and Kashmir, wanted independence. On October 22, 1947, Pashtun tribal militias from Pakistan invaded Kashmir. Facing an existential threat, Hari Singh signed the Instrument of Accession with India on October 26, legally integrating Kashmir with India. Indian troops pushed back invaders, but Pakistan never vacated the occupied territory, leading to a First Indo Pakistan War of 1947. The war ended with a UN mediated ceasefire in 1949, leaving Kashmir divided into Jammu and Kashmir, the part of India, and POK. Pakistan occupied Kashmir. This laid the foundation of a geopolitical conflict that would simmer for decades. After accession, Sheikh Abdullah, leader of National Conference, negotiated with India for special autonomy to reflect Kashmir's unique religious, political, and historical circumstances. Thus, Article 370 was inserted into Indian Constitution in October 1949 as a temporary provision. It gave J&K its own constitution, flag and autonomy in all matters except defense, foreign affairs and communication. It was meant to smoothen Kashmir's integration into India while respecting its distinct identity. However, over time, Article 370 became a symbol of separatistness and not unity. The late 1980s saw the rise of militancy in Kashmir due to repeated misuse of autonomy, which led to rise of dynastic politics, delays in central welfare scheme, encouragement of separatist narrative, militancy, radicalization, and cross-border terrorism flourished under the pretext of special status. Despite massive investments, development lagged behind, and locals remained disillusioned. Triggered by electoral frauds in 1987, state elections were and support from Pakistan, radicalization, training camps across the border, and weapons flowed into the valley. By 1990, the valley was engulfed in insurgency. One of the darkest chapters in this phase was exodus of Kashmiri Pandits. Threatened with violence, rape, and death, over 1 lakh Hindus were forced to flee the valley in the winter of 1989-1990. Their homes were burned, temples were desecrated, and centuries old community was uprooted overnight. Many were killed, an act may be called as the genocide. Their displacement created a cultural vacuum in the valley and an unresolved pain that India still struggles to address. During this period, cinema halls once thriving was closed forever. Tourism collapsed, economy crashed, daily lives became synonymous with fear. During 2000s, Indian Army counter-insurgency operations gained ground, but suicide bombings and encounters became common. Civilian deaths triggered further anger and radicalization. In 2010s, the social media fueled digital radicalization. Protests turned deadly. Stone pelting became widespread. Local youth increasingly picked up guns again. Post 2016, the killing of Burhan Wani saw a massive protest. Youth radicalization was at surge. Families lived in fear, weddings were postponed, festivals were uncelebrated, and children grew up amid gunfire. On August 5th, 2019, the Government of India took a historic step by abrogating Article 370. Jammu and Kashmir was bifurcated into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. The move was justified on these grounds, like full integration of Kashmir into India, improved governance and application of central laws, curbing terrorism and separatism, and economic development through private and public investments. Initially, there was heavy military deployment and internet blackouts to prevent unrest, but slowly life returned to normal. School reopened, tourism picked up, panchayat elections saw record participation, incidents of stone pelting dropped, the valley began witnessing unusual calm. Still, critics raised concerns about communication blackouts, human rights, and whether democratic processes were bypassed. But this calm was tragically shattered on April 22nd, 2025, when seven terrorists from the Resistance Front (TRF) attacked tourists in Baisaran Valley, Pahalgam. 28 people lost their life, including 25 tourists, 2 locals, and 1 Nepali national. The terrorists reportedly linked to Pakistan-backed Lashkar-e-Taiba were disguised in an army uniform. Survivors recount that they were asked to reveal their religion and even recite Islamic verses. The TRF claimed that this was in retaliation to demographic changes post Article 370 abrogation. This was the deadliest attack in Kashmir in over 2 decades and has once again raised alarms about Pakistan's proxy war and remnants of radical ideology still lurking. Kashmir's story is one of the beauty, pain, betrayal, and resilience. From being an independent princely state to becoming a battleground of ideologies, Kashmir has seen it all. The abrogation of Article 370 brought a new hope, but the path to lasting peace is too long. True change will come only when terrorism is eliminated. Pandits return valley to dignity, and youth of Kashmir see a future brighter than grand. But the world must not look away. Kashmir needs our attention not just for its past, but for the promise of its future. If you found this video insightful, do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.